Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on this new tool Menace, which is slowly but steadily making quite an inroads across the globe at the moment. It is already quite popular and viral in China and in other countries of East Asia. And I'm more than sure that as soon as they release it globally, generally it is going to be a big thing because the way they have shared the use cases and also the benchmarks, they seem quite promising. But I'm not falling for the hype. I will give my final verdict once I have the access. And I'm telling you upfront at the start of the video that this is not a hands-on video. This is just my thoughts, and we will be checking out bit of its architecture, the benchmarking use cases, because I don't have access still. I already have applied yesterday, but it seems there is a huge demand and thousands of people are waiting for the access. So as soon as I have the access, I will make another video and we will also check it out hands on. We cannot install it locally. This is not an free tool. This is not an open source tool. This is not something you can privately install locally and then play around with it. So that is why I am not that keen at the moment on trying this out, because I believe that this agentic software shouldn't be behind the closed doors, because everyone should have access to this agentic software with the models and source code. But I also understand that these are very, very early days. Creating these things, sustaining these things require a lot of infrastructure, a lot of resources, and that is where I give full credits to the creators of Menace, because they have been working quietly for the last 1 year in making this general autonomous AI agent, and that is what Menace is. I'm also quite intrigued about the name. The name Menace come from the Latin phrase mens et manus, that translates to mind and hand in English. It is a motto that emphasizes the importance of combining intellectual pursuits, which means mind, with practical skills and action, which means hand. This phrase is often associated with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology (MIT), where it is the official motto too. At MIT, Mens at Manus reflects the institution's strong emphasis on integrating academic learning with hands-on problem solving, innovation, and experimentation. In a broader sense, this encourages individuals to balance theoretical knowledge with practical application, and that is where I think that they should really make it open source and open weight, because if you really want um, minds and hands to work together, you need to give full liberty to people and not just a SaaS tool. That is my thought anyway. So let's talk a bit more about this tool. Now these are some of the use cases which I will get into now. So for example, first let's try to understand what exactly this Manus is doing here. As I said, Manus is trying to be a truly autonomous AI agent which can do human-like tasks on sites like Fiverr, Kaggle, etc. This could very well be a positive and concrete step towards AGI, or artificial general intelligence, if you will, which is still a very vague and generic term as far as I am concerned. I think that we really need to define it more. Anyway, so behind the scene, whatever little knowledge we have about this Menace, it uses multiple models to accomplish a task. They will open source some of the models in future, no one knows when, but I don't think so they are going to open source all of it, as it seems like a totally commercial product. But I think that even if it's a commercial product, if it does what it says, it could be a huge success. It could very well be a second DeepSeek moment, but I don't think that it will be at that level because it is not again open source. So that is where I think they need to maybe release some sort of open source version, open weights version, if they really want to touch upon that DeepSeek moment. Whatever I have seen so far, it seems like something, a combination and a blend of deep research plus operator plus something like cloud computer combined, and the benchmarks which they have shared here look quite good. First, let's try to see some of the use cases and then we will talk about the benchmarking in bit more detail, because that also sounds very interesting. So I'm just going to click on this deep analyze Tesla stock and show you this. So you see, this is where we are asking it that I would like a thorough analysis of Tesla stock, and Manus has started doing the research. So it is going to the web, it is checking its model internal repo, it is thinking, it is self-evaluating, it is self-correcting, and then it is continuing collecting the data. On the left hand side, this is the whole thinking which is going on. What sort of investment insights, and it's a multimodal. So not only it deals with text, it also deals with the images, graphs, tables, doing OCR. On the right hand side, it is even using some of the code to generate stuff on the left hand side. So this is something different. I think this has many people sort of dumbfounded because we haven't seen this sort of thing before, to be fair with Menace. And I don't think so any other company, including that Devon, was close enough to this. So it's been almost 1 year, and I really don't hear much about Devon these days. So I'm not sure we will hear about Menace 1 year from now, but maybe I think this could be very well a start of something very new. So you see that it has given us a dashboard after doing all the analysis. So if you just let me just go to the top. So you see, it says I would like a thorough analysis of Tesla stock. So this is summary, financial data, and all that stuff. And then Manus is saying I'll help you create a comprehensive analysis. I'll gather the latest financial data. I'm not sure why, but I think that it might very well be using some sort of fine tune of DeepSeek behind the scene. So this is a plan it is going to follow, that get stock chart and all that stuff. And then Manus, after creating the plan, executing that plan, and then you can also check out the file if you like. So once you click on it, this is a file it has created. Again, this is a command it has executed. So everything is out in the open, which is quite good. And then it is moving on to collect Tesla's data here. And I'm just scrolling down to show you. And the whole financial data collection is done. This is where it is, it has generated it. And then you see that it is just creating the charts and all that stuff, some of the pricing information, and it is also getting some of the real-time information. So it is not just relying on the past information. And then you can simply click here to view the stocks. There you go. So how professional and how grounded this report is. This is really cool. So that is where it has impressed a lot of people, and I think this is where it is shining a lot. Now, before I show you one more benchmark, let me talk bit about benchmarking information. So if you look at your screen, this is a very famous Gaia benchmark, which is used for evaluating the performance of AI agents, particularly in the context of multi-agent systems and autonomous decision making. Gaia has 3 levels. Level 1 is reactive, level 2 is adaptive, and level 3 is autonomous. And you can see that in all the levels, this Menace, which is in the black, has beaten OpenAI's deep research, which is a dark gray, and also rest of all the other state-of-the-art agents. I think that also includes Devon, which is a lighter gray. And on the level, as the levels are increasing, because level 3 is autonomous, level 2 is adaptive, and level 1 is reactive. In the reactive level, its performance is great. When we say reactive, the level 1, it means that agents react to their environment and respond to immediate stimuli. Decision making is based on simple rules and heuristics. In the level 2, agents adapt to changing environments and learn from experience. Decision making incorporates learning and adaptation mechanism. Whereas in the level 3, agents operate independently, making decisions based on their goals and objectives, and decision making is proactive, anticipatory, and context dependent. So very impressive benchmarks, I would say, especially when it compares to this OpenAI's deep research. Now coming back to these use cases, and I will also drop the link to it in videos description. You can try out various use cases. This is a feature one. For example, if you go to WTF, you can check out a lot of other ones. And if you click on live fund, you can check the trip to Japan. Maybe we'll check the trip to Japan. So this is where Devin is working. That it is working on a 7-day Japan itinerary for April this to this from Seattle, which is in US. So we have given it a budget, we have given it dates, we have given it the source and destination, and you can see that it is doing the research, checking it in real time, checking different elements, creating the code, creating the API calls, making them, and then it is just gathering the information as is. And we know that these demos are curated, we understand. So I think the real test would be when I get the access to it, and then we will see how it works on different stuff. And you have seen that on the channel, we have gone and checked a lot of stuff. So, and while we were talking, very quickly it has done the 7-day itinerary, where you can see that it has divided it into days, and then what needs to be done, where to go in that budget. And then it is also asking it to purchase this local transit pass anyway. So look, pretty impressive, I would say, but still, I I would really need the access to check it out, and then we will make our verdict on this one, that if it is a DeepSeek moment or not. Yep, DeepSeek is a new standard at the moment. Also, let me introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Camel AI, who are totally open source, or everything is open. It is a community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws of agents with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network, as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.